This is the Lyndsay Stafford Show.
All right, welcome back to the Lyndsay Stafford Show. As always, we are happy to have you tuning in, whether you're watching or listening. And I am super excited about our guest today. This is my good friend, Andy Scoggins. He owns StormGuard, really all of Tennessee, right? Middle Tennessee?
Yep.
Yeah, and
Tennessee.
all over. And his office is so cool. If you, it's got a big painting on the wall of the state of Tennessee, and it's so neat. I love the first time I walked into his office, the culture, you can just feel it. You can feel the difference of this level of expectation for we deliver with high expectations. And so I'm super excited to have him talk a lot about what he does and what makes him different. So StormGuard does quite a few things, Andy, and I'm excited for you to dig in. So thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're excited. So tell us a little bit about who StormGuard is.
So we're a full renovation company. We do everything exterior, a little bit interior too, especially when you've got water damage, that type of thing. But roofs, windows, siding, gutters, paint, decks, fences, you name it. Anything pretty much from above the ground. Wow. We do it on the outside for sure.
Everything. Yep. Before you got into StormGuard, how did you end up at the industry and what made you stay in it?
So I was in corporate America for 25 years and decided to get out and get into my own business. And I had went through an experience with a contractor who came to my house after a storm, had massive damage, lots of things that had to be done. And it was a nightmare. And I grew up in the service industry. So I saw the gaps in service, the opportunities to deliver on a promise that just wasn't there. So I decided to do a little bit of investigating. And the more you look into this industry, you're going to see a multitude of different qualities, of different capabilities, a lot of promises that get made that rarely get kept. And for me, it was an opportunity that if you can deliver on really giving your clients a great experience and taking care of things for them, being their solutions instead of their problems, you can build a business around that. Mm-hmm. And that's what's really helped us be successful.
Well, you can see it and you can feel it. I mean, you can, like I said, you can feel it from when we started working together. We called you because of the reviews. Mm-hmm. You guys have, I don't know if I have it on here, but over 800. Yeah. And I think you're not all 5 stars, but it's 5 stars, yep. Over 800 reviews. And the comments are just about how you guys take care of your clients, about the integrity of the company, the quality of the work. And, we're reading through these and it's like, okay, this is somebody we want to refer our people to. This is someone we want to do business with. And you can feel that you've created that culture. And I could go down so many different legs with talking about how do you create that culture, but I want to focus on you. So when most people call when something's already gone wrong, yep. What does that look like behind the scenes?
So for us, it's about acting quickly. When somebody's got a problem, it's a problem. Mm-hmm. And we want to be their solution. We want to get there quick. Normally, we are same day or next day appointments. Wow. We want to get out and evaluate and really give them good advice on which direction they need to head, what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, what to look out for. If it's an insurance situation, we help them thoroughly through that process and make sure we explain all of that. Really having the ability to give them peace of mind very quickly so they're not dwelling on it and worried about it and stressing about it. Because this is their home. This is the biggest investment most people make. And so, one, we want to make sure that it's livable. We want to make sure it's watertight, that their families are taken care of and that they just don't have to stress and they got somebody who's got their back. Yeah.
And you and the team have this way of just de-escalating the situation and making them feel like it's going to be okay. And you can hear that in the reviews that you guys have.
Yeah,
also.
It's interesting because I've got a fantastic team, and in this industry, a lot of times your team is a revolving door, and I've been blessed. It's not like that with us. Most of my guys have been with me for years. I mean, Chris, my sales manager, has been with me since the day we opened. I've got John 6 years, Nick almost 6 years, JT I've known for 25 years, and we just have a very strong team of people that stay and have worked for us for a long time, and having that repeat or having that being able to maintain those folks for so long, they've been through so many of these situations. They know how to really help people. Yeah. They know what directions that things need to go.
Well, that the culture of the team is the culture of the leader. The leader sets the tone for the team. And I really mean it. When we walked into your office, the first time that Dave and I walked into your office, you can feel it. And way back when I was a store manager, back early in my early 20s, and you could feel the difference when you walked into, and back when I was in multi-unit, you can really feel the culture. It's in the details, and it's hard to explain, but it's clean, it's well thought out, it's conducive to a space for employees, it's focused on the vision, it's focused on the purpose, and the calm that you feel in the building is because of the way that you set that tone. And so I think from a leadership perspective, that can't go unnoticed. And I've walked into a lot of places, and I said it when I walked in, like, this is amazing. And that's really what you feel. So you bring that to life. And you're right. We've had experience with other roofing companies, and it's a constant, it's constant turn of people. And so you never know what you're going to get. And you guys do it differently. So it's amazing.
Thank you.
There are a lot of companies in this space. So we've already talked about it a little bit, but what makes StormGuard different, especially with how you operate on the day-to-day?
I mean, really, it comes down to being able to connect with people, giving great service, answering the phone when they call, responding to a text when they text, knowing that communication and that commitment to service from our team is really what sets us apart. There's a lot of folks out there that might be able to install something well, or might have the right materials, but there are very few people who can pull it all together and take care of things, be that advocate for you, whether it's with an insurance company or within a building inspector or whatever it may be, that one has the expertise, but also has the professionalism and the service levels that can really make sure the experience is a good, positive experience.
Yeah.
When things go wrong, a lot of times we're in a construction environment. Something can get broken. Something can go missing. Something can be installed in the wrong way and had to be reinstalled. What we do whenever there's a problem is we just go fix it.
Yeah.
We don't want to argue about whose fault it is. We just want to fix it. We want to make sure it's right. And I remember years ago, we had in a windy day, we had a shingle come off and kind of frisbeed and broke a window. And the client called me and goes, "What are we going to do about this?" And I said, "Well, we're going to get you a new window." And like, "Well, am I paying for this?" Like, "No, you didn't break the window. We did. We're going to pay for it. We'll take care of it." That's what we do. We're not going to cause a problem and leave you with it. We're going to make sure we are truly your solution. And that commitment to service and to our clients is what's given us so much repeat clientele. And I've got clients that call me every year with a project, whether this year they're doing windows, or they want to paint some things, or they're going to put new siding on the house, or maybe they want new gutters, whatever it may be. They call me every year. "Hey, Andy, we got a new project. When can you come see us?"
That's incredible that you've created that kind of culture and that kind of experience for your clients. Because you're right, things go wrong, and it's kind of like, we always say this with people, we will make mistakes. We're just humans. So with, whether it's managing your social media and there's a typo, we'll fix it. We do everything we can to not have something happen. But if it does, it's about how you go about fixing that. And you just do the right thing. And we love that. Yep. That's amazing. StormGuard leads with integrity when others don't. The industry can have a reputation, but how do you personally and as a company with StormGuard lead with integrity when others don't?
So, I mean, I think it's truly our commitment. We know that our reputation matters to people, and we know it's so easy now to find the right kind of contractor, the right kind of service, no matter what business, no matter what your need is. Whether it's through chat or some AI search, or go to your Better Business Bureau websites and look them up. You can go to Tennessee.gov and make sure they have the proper licenses and certifications. There's a lot of ways to make sure that you're working with a reputable contractor. And a big way is first thing is do a Google search. How long have they been in business? If they've been in business for 20 years and they got 20 reviews, that's probably not good.
Right.
If they've been, we've been in business for a long time. We got 800 reviews. We got, and we serve, about 500 to 700 clients per year. So more than, half of them give us a review on in most situations, and they're almost always positive. We do our best to make people happy, and nowadays you really want to do your homework.
Yep.
And you've got a lot of storm chasers out there, a lot of door knockers, which we don't do. I actually like door knockers because they go out, they have a client say, "Hey, you got something you need to look into." Then they get to call us because they do their homework. We'll go out and really tell them if they've got an issue. And I will tell you that a lot of times we're giving clean bills of health to people. We do a full property inspection on every property we go to. So we're going to check everything just in case there might be a maintenance issue that they need to address. It may have nothing to do with work that we do that we just need to let them know about. And a lot of times we'll get up, we'll check the roof, we'll check the gutters, windows, the siding. And then sometimes it's like, hey, we're looking good. There's a couple of minor things. And even while we're up there, we'll do a little bit of maintenance up there, put some caulk here and there if we see something that's easy for us to knock out. Just to be on the safe side, don't charge for that.
Right.
And then we'll let them know, hey, let's put you on the schedule. In a year from now, we'll come back out and check it again. But right now, you don't need anything. That happens every day.
Yeah,
our guys do that every day. And a lot of people expect somebody to always be selling them something. Well, we're happy to drive our business and make money. But at the same time, if you don't need something, we're not going to sell you something.
Well, I think the difference is, and I've gotten to know you enough to know this, you're invested in what's right for them in the long term. And it's not about a quick sale, close the sale today.
Right.
That doesn't matter. And if you continue to chase that, eventually you don't have business anymore, or you have a reputation, and the smarter that people are getting with AI to support them, people that operate that way are not going to be in business.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've got clients that I talk to all the time. I get Paul Thompson up in Franklin, great client of mine, known him for years. Paul's more of a friend than he's a client now. And he'll call, he's an older fella. He'll call me up once a year. It's like, hey, can you come help me with something? Has nothing to do with anything we do on a normal basis. We go over and help him. Doesn't matter. It's just because he's a friend, because now he's a neighbor, he's a friend, and he's somebody that's a part of what we've done and who we are. And just doing that. And then Paul will call me up like, hey, my next door neighbor or my sister, or, I've got this friend that needs your help. And that's how we grow our business. And we really want to make sure that we give people the right level of service and build that relationship.
Yeah.
It's very important to us.
I love that. That's how we operate too. And that's what we look for. If someone doesn't know what to look for, what are the biggest red flags when choosing a contractor? You already gave some great resources.
Yeah. I think probably the first one is do that Google search and dig into the reviews. If they're running less than a 4.8, then be skeptical, especially if they don't have, hundreds of reviews. Go on Tennessee.gov, check, make sure they've got their proper licenses. If they do a project in Tennessee over 25,000, they have to have a general contractor's license, which we have.
Yeah.
I've been a general contractor for a long time. And a lot of the bad actors out there try to skirt some of those things. The other thing I would say is, use your resources. Better Business Bureau has a great search engine to be able to look up any company, see what their reviews are, see if they're accredited. That's a big telltale sign too. If they're not an accredited A+ business, then might be somebody you want to shy away from. The other thing too is have them come out, talk to them on the phone, find out, is it an owner operated local business? Do they really have an office? Some of those things, we'll see the eSpaces guys come into town every now and then. They'll be operating out of a house instead of an office. You can come to our office in Cool Springs anytime you want.
Oh, I highly recommend it. It's like such a pleasant experience. You should be.
Yeah, we're proud of it. We're not always there because we're out in the field. We've got somebody's always there.
Yeah, someone's there.
We're always out in the field. But, just do your homework. And it's not hard to do homework. I mean, the AI searches are great. The Google searches are great. And then have them come out and ask the guy who comes out, how long you been there? How long you been working there? That'll be telling too, because a lot of them be like, oh, I've been there for a couple months. You want the guys who've been there for a couple years. Right. Because those are the people who really know what they're doing and know how to help.
You brought up something I think is so valuable, the Better Business Bureau accreditation. And that is not something that's just handed out. You actually have to get accredited. Yes. There's a process. And we went through it. So I know it's a process. And not anybody can become accredited, but it does take caring about your business to become accredited by the Better Business Bureau. And it's a great resource to go in and see what businesses do I want to do business with. And if you're not using that as a resource, I think the Better Business Bureau for many people is like, oh, I'm going to report you because you're not doing something right. It's actually a great resource for finding good people.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Right.
I mean, and I'm fortunate. I'm very passionate about the Better Business Bureau. I've been on their board of directors for a long time. I'm the only general contractor roofing contractor that's on their executive board committee, and I've been for years. I'm passionate about it because of the work they do. I mean, they not only take care of the businesses, but they take care of the people who live in Middle Tennessee. Yep. And, I'm very close with the CEO, Robin, there, that they just do such great work. And they really do want to help businesses and people that live in the area. So it's a great organization.
Yeah, it really is. And I appreciate, because you actually are the ones who connected us to it. And it's been such a great process getting to be involved in it. So highly recommend that. So the insurance side can be a little overwhelming for people. What is something most homeowners misunderstand that you wish they knew upfront?
So probably the first thing is that know what your policy has in it. And this is where a lot of people get very surprised because they don't really know what's in their homeowners policies. A lot of times you might be working with an insurance company that has a non-recoverable depreciation. Well, what that means is that if they have a loss, they pay more than just their deductible because their policy doesn't cover certain things. So it's not; those are very, but I think they're very poor policies, and you don't save much money because of how much that out of pocket's going to end up being. So what you save in a few dollars or pennies a month is not worth what you end up having to pay when you have a claim. So the other thing is understand what company you're working with. There are a lot of insurance companies out there that are going to try to nickel and dime everything you can. They're going to try to not pay out and put you back to pre-loss conditions. That's one of the things we specialize in, is making sure that whatever's supposed to be covered gets paid for. Whatever the scope of work is supposed to be gets done and gets done properly, and the insurance company pays for it properly. And those conversations aren't fun. We try to take that off of our homeowners because it is confusing. There is a lot of lingo, a lot of just the way statements of loss come in are hard to read sometimes. So, what I would highly recommend for anybody is get somebody involved that really understands the process. Your adjuster is going to come out and he's going to tell you what's wrong or what he's going to try to fix. But most of those guys are really good at understanding the policy, but they do not understand common construction practice. So you have to make sure they actually pay for the things and how they need to be properly reinstalled.
Which your team can help with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'm going to just plug Owen O'Malley with Allstate Eagle Insurance because he's incredible at coverage. He's Owen as well,
yes.
At making sure the coverage is right. Any issue we've ever had with any of our items that he insures, which is a lot, from business to home to boat, all the things, he's going to take care of you. And he operates with the same level of integrity that we've been discussing today. So a little plug for Owen O'Malley with Allstate there. You're welcome, Owen. But it's true. He's amazing. I recommend him to everyone. Where do you see people treating their homes like an expense instead of protecting it like an asset?
Yeah, probably in deferred maintenance. They don't want to spend money on something. Or they don't do some things, and the little expense up front saves them a lot of money in the future. A lot of that has to do with weatherproofing. You start to see a water stain here or there, get it looked at quickly because those things can be bigger problems than you think. And you certainly don't want a mold situation. So, really having somebody come out and look at it for you and just check it, say, come check it for me. And I've got some clients that call us every year just to do that quick check. Hey, do you see anything? Anything I need to do? Because they know how important it is to get in front of these things.
Yeah.
One little piece of caulk that's missing here or there, one little crack that goes unattended, those things can turn into bigger problems. So having somebody really examine it and do a thorough inspection of the home, and they're free.
Yeah.
You call us up. It's a free inspection. We don't charge to come out. We come out, we'll check it, see what you need to do, give you some recommendations, and then you can make decisions on what's the best investment for your home.
Yeah,
so
that's
just
great.
Really checking it, and especially in the spring. We come out of that winter. You just got out of that hot summer, going through the winter and got cold, so the heat thaw cycles have gone through. You get into spring, and the wind starts blowing and the rain starts falling. Get it checked then. Those are the best times.
Well, and if you're listening to the podcast when it airs, I think we'll probably air sometime in May. This is the perfect time to make that phone call to Storm Guard. And we'll give all the contact information here too. That's one thing that we've committed to, is like, our house is almost 9 years old now. And we're very good about saying, okay, anything that needs to be done, we're not letting it sit. We're going to fix it. We're going to get it taken care of. We got a handyman to fix all the little things that just, I'm like, once a month, just come out. Here's your list of, this baseboard needs to be replaced or whatever. So I'm going to have you guys come out too. You're next. What's something, since it's spring, right? What's something that this business has taught you the hard way that maybe has shaped how you lead and serve?
It's what I experienced, 17 years ago with dealing with my own situation with a contractor. still holds true today. If you find the right guy to help you, the process can be fantastic and it can put you back and get you to a much better place. If you get the wrong one, you're talking about months and months and months of headaches and and financial losses to get your home put back the way it should be. And so, doing that homework up front is extremely important, and making sure you pick the right folks to come help you. And there's a lot of good ones, and there's a lot of good folks that can do this work, but there's so many of them that aren't the folks you want to work with. So do your homework.
Do your homework, and also you get what you pay for.
Certainly.
There's going to be, the best is never going to be the least expensive, because the quality, you can't have the best quality at the lowest price. It's just not going to happen. So we had this conversation with somebody yesterday, actually that same exact conversation, that like, you're going to get what you pay for, and it matters. So I love that story. And it's so great you can learn from what somebody else did wrong. If someone's listening and they just want peace of mind, not even sure there's an issue, what steps should they take?
So first, have us come out and look at it. If you've got a 2-year-old home or a 20-year-old home, having somebody come out and look at it, it can never hurt.
Right.
We're not going out. Like I said, if you don't have anything wrong, we're not trying to sell you anything. We're going to give you some things to look out for, or maybe it's just an area that, hey, this is fine, but let's keep an eye on it. And we see that a lot. Once your exterior of your home gets to be about 10 years old, that's when you really want to start paying attention, because that's when you start to see materials break down.
Yeah.
People think that roofs are going to last 20 and 30 years. They don't, especially in Tennessee, especially with the weather we get, the hail and the wind and the storms. And you want to get ahead of that. And if you're starting to see like a lot of granule loss and you're coming out of your gutters, you're starting to see the streaks on your shingles of the algae growth. That's a sign that, let's get it checked. Let's make sure. Yeah. And a lot of people will come out to us and be like, hey, how do I fix this problem? I've got this gutter that drains this way. There's a lot of things we can re-engineer. It doesn't always have to cost a bunch of money either, just to get them a better overall experience with their home too. Yeah.
I love that. And can you tell us where to find you, Andy? How do people get a hold of you?
You Google me. You look. Our offices are in Cool Springs and Franklin. We're going to be anywhere on Google. Just Google StormGuard. And you call us.
Black and yellow StormGuard.
Yep.
You can't miss
us. I mean, we're the black and yellow trucks running around. You can't miss us. Just give us a call. We'll set you up. Again, we usually come out same day or next day. Yeah. That way, or whenever it's convenient. But we want to be there when you need us. And if something happens in a storm, call us. Yeah. We're not going up on the roof in the middle of the storm because it's not safe, but we will get out immediately after and get you water tight until we can get you fixed.
I love that. Yeah, awesome. And you can follow StormGuard on Instagram at StormGuard Nashville or StormGuard Tennessee. Which one?
StormGuard Nashville.
I follow you. I can't remember. StormGuard Nashville. And websites there. Their Google reviews, I highly recommend. Check them out, because when you read through what real customers are saying, you see the difference. And I've had experience unfortunately, with folks in your industry that are not folks that I'd want to refer people to. And I have the most confidence referring StormGuard to my friends, family, neighbors, all of it. So check them out. Andy, thank you for being here today. It's been a true pleasure to have you here. Thank you for serving Middle Tennessee the way that you do. Listeners, viewers, thanks for tuning in to the Lyndsay Stafford Show. We'll see you next time. If you found value in this episode, please like, share, comment, rate, review, and subscribe. We'll see you soon.